Outside, a blizzard buries the world. Wind screams through the night, and the ground is frozen like iron. Yet inside a Viking longhouse, men slept on beds so warm it felt like lying on an electric blanket. No gas, no grid, no modern heater, and still, they endured winters that would break most of us today. Sounds impossible, right? So how did they do it? And what happens to us if the power goes out for just a few days in a storm like this? Tonight, we'll travel from Iceland's frozen ruins to Native American camps on the Great Plains, uncovering the ancient survival system that kept humans alive for centuries, the hot stone bed. A heat hack so clever, so effective, you can still try it today in your backyard, your off-grid cabin, or your next survival drill. From the 9th to the 11th century, Vikings pushed west, into Iceland, even Greenland. Winters there weren't just cold, they were endless. The sagas tell of nights so long you'd swear the sun had died. When archaeologists dug beneath longhouses in Iceland, they found the proof: fire pits lined with cracked basalt, the kind of volcanic stone that drinks in fire. Those rocks had been heated and cooled again and again until they split, evidence of a deliberate system. A bed of stones beneath the floor, a battery of heat hidden underfoot. Now, sail across the ocean. On the frozen plains of North America, the great tipis stood firm against howling winds. Lewis and Clark wrote about warriors wrapping themselves in hides, heated stones tucked inside like ancient hot water bottles. Different worlds, same idea. Fire by day, stored warmth by night. Old tricks, tested, refined, perfected. How the hot stone bed worked. The principle was simple and brutal. You heated stones until they glowed, until the air shimmered and your breath turned to steam. Then you buried them beneath earth or sleeping benches. All night long, they released that stored warmth. Not a burst of heat, but a slow, steady pulse, like a heartbeat in the ground. Archaeology proves it. In Icelandic longhouses, excavations still reveal trenches 10, 15 feet long, lined with blackened, fractured stones. Not campfires. Heat reservoirs, radiant floors centuries before the idea existed. Families slept shoulder to shoulder around that central pit, while the storm clawed at the walls. The fire might fade, but the stones bled warmth till dawn, a living furnace in the earth. If you've ever shivered in a paper-thin tent while the wind howled, you understand why they built it this way. Modern survival, the ancient drill. You can still test this yourself. No Viking haul required. Dig a shallow pit in your yard, build a fire, heat dry, dense stones, never wet river rocks, until they're scorching hot. Then bury them beneath a thin layer of soil. Wait. As the night cools, sit nearby. You'll feel it. A slow tide of warmth rising from the ground, creeping up through your boots and into your bones. That's not theory. That's the same heat the ancients used to survive. It's a lesson worth relearning, a skill worth practicing. Because when the grid goes down, warmth isn't luxury, it's life. Now, a warning every survivalist should know. Never throw wet stones into the fire. Moisture trapped inside expands like steam in a pressure cooker. That rock can explode with the force of a grenade. The Vikings knew this. The tribes knew this. They chose volcanic stone, basalt, granite, dense, dry, tough as iron. They didn't just heat stones, they respected them. Across the Atlantic, the Plains tribes used the same principle on the move. A teepee stood against blizzard winds, a frame of poles wrapped in buffalo hide, with a smoke hole above for the constant fire inside. Before sleep, they'd heat stones in the fire, wrap them in hides, and tuck them under their bedding. Primitive? Maybe. But those stone warmers worked for hours, keeping the cold from gnawing at the bones. Think about it. Portable architecture, portable heat. If the camp moved tomorrow, the trick moved too. You can do the same today. Heat dry stones, seal them inside a cast iron pot or Dutch oven, and carry that into your tent. No smoke, no sparks, just silent, radiant heat through the night. So what's the takeaway? Heat storage equals fuel savings. The Vikings knew it. The tribes knew it. Burn your wood once, store that energy in stone, and let it bleed back through the night. That's free heat. No wasted fuel. No midnight fire stoking. Archaeology shows volcanic stones blackened from centuries of use, split from countless cycles of fire and frost. Those were the batteries of the ancient world. The off-grid lesson. Now picture this. It's January. The power's out. No furnace, no generator. But you've got dry stones, a shovel, and a fire pit. You can build a thermal reservoir, a stone battery that keeps you warm till morning. That's not history. That's preparedness. That's survival. Old tricks, ancient wisdom, proven by centuries, waiting to be used again. Because when the storm howls and the world goes dark, those same stones that kept Viking children alive can keep you alive too. And once you feel that living warmth rise from the earth, you'll never look at a rock the same way again. So, what about you? Have you ever tried the hot stone hack in your own camp, your off-grid cabin, or your survival drills? Share your story below, because around this fire, every lesson, every scar matters. Old tricks, ancient heat, still ready when the lights go out.